What is mediation? It's a way to avoid a trial. It's a way to avoid the expense of going to court day after day and paying your attorney and not getting your life back, not getting a quick result. Mediation can be a godsend. I mean, you and the other side, you put aside a few differences, you realize that it's better to agree and get most of what you want instead of fighting to get all you want. Mediation gives you that path. Mediation differs greatly from litigation. They both serve the same purpose, that is to get a judgment. However, you do a mediation, you're able to assert more of what you want with a neutral party to come up with an agreement, something that you and the other side can live with. You go to litigation, you got a man or woman in the robes listening to you, and they're going to make an order. Once they make that order, those words come out of their mouth, you have to take it. That's the orders of the court. You have a lot less control in the courtroom when you're doing litigation. I would say if the opportunity is there, you do try to mediate with the other side. After all, a lot of the times you're talking about two parties divorcing, might have children. You want to come up with something that's mediated and agreeable to both sides. You don't want the bitterness and the resentment of having gone all the way to court and having someone behind the bench making that decision for you. What are the cost differences between mediation and litigation? Quite a bit. In a lot of divorce cases where there's children, there's assets, hard real property assets like a house or two, and a business, that's going to involve experts. That's going to involve, maybe doctors or therapists that have had to have talked to the children during a divorce situation. It's going to involve appraisers and business experts, maybe to talk about the businesses themselves and what the business valuation might be now and in 5 years and 10 years, projections, costs to you for those experts to go on the stand and testify for you. Tens of thousands of dollars can result from even having the experts at the ready to testify for your case if you're doing litigation. Mediation keeps the costs down. It promotes direct communication between both parties and a neutral mediator to come up with something agreeable. As I've said before, you're not going to get all of what you want, but through mediation, you may be able to craft a better result than if you leave it in the hands of a judge. And you can't compare the costs. You really can't. With a mediation, it could be just one day in order to come up with a full agreement. In litigation, you don't know. You may plan on being there for one day, but there might be other cases that day to be heard in a trial setting. You might end up coming to court 3 or 4 days just to get your 1 day's worth of a trial. And cost-wise, there's no contest. You would want to have a mediation. In divorces, as you might understand, sometimes the parties don't get along. They can't agree on the simplest thing. The sky is blue. No, the sky is red today. And they say it just because they like to disagree. You're going to have couples that just can't see eye to eye on anything. In that case, mediation could be a waste of time, and it might be best to bring it to court instead and just right between the eyes, bring the issue out in front of the judge and get a decision. If you're considering mediation with an opposing party, with your spouse, and you need someone to help guide you to an agreement, we have a bunch of fine people here at Real Fathers Rights who can help get you there. We will take your interests to heart, and we will help you get to that goal as best as possible with the other side in a good mediation. In litigation, if you need someone to fight for you, if you need someone to present your story, your facts, your message, your goals in a concise, clear way that gets you from the beginning to the end and fights for those goals for you, hire Real Fathers Rights. We've been in that fight before ourselves. We can help make the process much less painful for you.